Hey everybody, welcome back to the Chaotic Little Book Corner. My name's Acacia. Today I'm going to be doing my mid-month wrap-up. I haven't done a mid-month wrap-up in a minute. I've usually just done these massive wrap-ups at the end of the month, but I was feeling like I'm not liking the way that style works, and also I don't think I'm going to be doing book hauls anymore, which is going to take an entire video out of my month repertoire, which, you know, I don't mind doing, but I just feel like it's the right call for me safety-wise or sanity-wise. I just get so much hate on my book hauls that I can't justify doing them anymore. They make me too crazy. So I'm just not going to be doing those anymore, and this kind of just adds a video into my month. So I'm going to go in order of least to most enjoyed, and I'm going to dive right in. So the first book, and I actually enjoyed all of these. None of these were not enjoyed. I really liked all of them. So the first one is Vivian Apple at the End of the World by Katie Cole. This is an apocalyptic novel talking about a religion that gets kind of fanatic and turns into a cult, and makes it so that they believe that the rapture is coming, and Vivian has a rapture party the night before what is expected to be the rapture, and then she wakes up the next morning to find holes in her ceiling and her parents missing, and she goes on an epic road trip to find out what's going on. Really enjoyed it. Can't wait to read the sequel. I have it, and I'm very excited about it. So that is a definite yes. Dreadknot by April Daniels. This one was really good. I really enjoyed this. I thought that I was gonna like it a little bit more than I did. I definitely found myself rooting for the main character, Danny, as much as I could. The premise is Danny wants to be a girl and nobody wants to hear it, and one day Dreadknot falls down in front of Danny and dies, and the power that Dreadknot has morphs over to Danny, and Danny becomes the girl she's always felt she has been. And it's a trans story. It's got some other representation in it. I thought the representation was good. I don't know because I'm not in that world. So as far as I know, it was good representation and very intelligent, but I don't want to assume that I know. So I would say I enjoyed it. I would read it for sure. It was fun, and I definitely think I might be picking up the sequel. I'm not sure when though, and I'm not like crazy ready to jump into it, but I did enjoy it. Then I went on a Poor Just a Kapoor kick where I read the two books that I had by her. I will be talking about Sick in a minute. This is The Last Illusion by Poor Just a Kapoor. I started this years ago and I didn't finish it, and I don't know why I didn't finish it. I absolutely adored this. It's the story of a young boy who is kept in a cage by his mother because she has sex with her husband right on his deathbed, and then becomes pregnant and believes that this child is evil because it is the product of a deathbed courting. And the relationship she has with her son is really screwed up, and then her son is taken away from her and put into the care of another man and brought to another country in order to be looked at and checked out, and kind of odd after. It has elements of folklore to it. It talks about a certain folktale in general. I believe it's Iranian. Yep. I really enjoyed this. I definitely would recommend it if you haven't picked it up. I really liked it. So for sure, this is a great story, and I really appreciated it. Then we have James Baldwin, The Fire Next Time. I read a James Baldwin Tell It on the Mountain or something like that recently, and I didn't love it. I liked it okay, but I read it with a group of other booktubers, and we all kind of felt the same, where we were not really in love. This, though, really struck me. I really enjoyed it. I felt very much like it talked about racism and the world and society and how things are felt and what we can expect from people in terms of the Black experience. It felt a little like information I already had, but if I look at it in terms of what it is, which is kind of the original starter of that kind of conversation of what it is to be a Black person, it's really, really powerful and it means a lot. Then I read the other Samantha Irby, which is meaty. I adored this. It was funny. It was basically amazing. I loved it. I will read anything Samantha Irby comes out with. I read We Are Never Meeting in Real Life right before this, and I loved it as well. I definitely think that it is a fantastic series of essays, and I highly recommend it. If you haven't read Samantha Irby, you definitely are missing out. She's funny. She's honest. She's bold, she's raw, it's just fantastic, so I definitely recommend that. Then I read Juno Dawson, The Gender Games. This was fantastic. I loved it. It taught me a lot about the transgender movement and a lot about being a trans person and the experience that comes with that. It talked a lot about things that I understood, so like music and pop culture. Some of it I wasn't familiar with because a lot of it was British, more so than American, but I really liked it and I really appreciated it, and I felt like it was a very good representation of a trans person. I'm not sure, again, 100% of the representation and its potential, but I really appreciated it and I learned a lot. So I would recommend this if you're interested in learning more about the trans community and culture. Then there's Sick, which was by Porjista Kapoor. I adored this. I thought it was brilliant. I did a whole full in-depth review, which I will link up in the cards. I definitely would recommend this. I was sent it for review by Harper Perennial, and I'm very happy I was. And then the book that I enjoyed the most so far this month, and I'm guessing it will probably stay the one that I enjoy the most in general, I was floored by this. It is one of my top books of the year. This is the Book of Essie. It is the story of a young girl who is pregnant, and she is part of a Christian reality TV show of a family that is a religious fanatic group, and she becomes pregnant, and her mother decides that the best way to explain away this pregnancy is to get her married really quick before the pregnancy becomes too far along, and then explain the pregnancy and the birth of the child with the marriage. So she ends up pairing up with a boy in her community to try and make this marriage legitimate and as painless as possible for both of them, and is beneficial to both her and him. He is not the father of her child, though, and the relationship ensues from there. I really loved it. I definitely recommend it. If you haven't heard of this, it's a great book, and I would absolutely say that if you're curious about it, read this. If you feel like Christianity gets attacked a lot, this may not be for you. I definitely think that there are some elements of this that could feel like Christian bashing, but I honestly didn't think that the statements were that untrue to the idea of Christianity. So I don't really know how to explain that, though. I have a lot of trouble with religion myself, so I came from a perspective that I could understand and kind of get behind the idea of Christianity not being the best option for everyone involved. So I do apologize if you are very Christian. That may not be the right book for you, but I really enjoyed it. So those are my books for this month so far. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you loved it, click that subscribe button down below. I hope you guys are having a great day. I will see you all in my next video. Bye.